Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I am Elaine Giselle, and today I want to share with you how I use my iPad and Goodnotes to enhance my teaching workflow as a college educator. So just a quick background, I am an electronics engineer. I teach in the university. I handle major subjects in electronics, but mostly I handle math subjects, math courses such as calculus and differential equations. And so I find that it's really important to have this kind of setup when dealing with or when teaching math courses. So I'm using the 9th generation of iPad, which is probably the most affordable model in the market right now. And honestly, it does the job for me. I also use Goodnotes along with it, Goodnotes 5. This is a writing app for iPad, and I purchased this when it was still a one-time payment app. So I've been using this setup for 2 years now, and I can truly say that it has been a game changer for me for the past 2 years. So let's dive in. So the first is for annotating student revisions. So I'm handling capstone projects right now, both as an advisor and as a panelist. And so my students will regularly send their papers or manuscript to me for my feedback. And before I require them for hard copies so that I can annotate on the paper. But it's such a waste of paper, I realize, and a waste of ink, a waste of money for the students because, to be honest, not all the pages would be annotated. So now with Goodnotes, I can annotate them seamlessly on my iPad, and I can just import the documents that they send to me, and then I use the annotation tools in Goodnotes. So I can highlight, I can add comments, I can underline, I can do everything that I want on the electronic copy as I see fit. And so if I make mistakes, I can just undo it or I can just erase it with all the features that is present in Goodnotes. And I don't have to start over. And after annotating, I email the documents back to my students. And I find this really helpful because it keeps record of my feedbacks, and it also leaves this digital footprints that we can refer back to later. It's very efficient for me, especially in this kind of context. Next is for conducting online classes. So before, I use a writing tab when I deliver my online class, and I use PowerPoints for that. And I find it really hard to annotate using the writing tabs because it's kind of sensitive, and it also gives me that it's not so efficient in terms of annotating or if I want to change different colors of the pens. Whereas in Goodnotes, I could present the PDF file to them, and then I could make all the annotations in real time using the drawing tools in Goodnotes, and I could make it more interactive and engaging and more efficient as the lesson progresses, you know. And so I also love the laser pointer feature in Goodnotes where I can just highlight certain parts of the lectures, and then all of my annotations will be saved within the Goodnotes, and I can easily export this lecture notes as PDF to share with my students afterward. And so this ensures they have access to all key points in my lecture during class. Next, writing solutions to exams. So when I give assessments to my students, I usually, most of the time, I write solutions for them to review afterward. And before, I would write on physical papers, and when I do make mistakes, I tend to write all over again because I'm kind of perfectionist in that department. So I don't like to erase, I don't like any mistakes in my solutions. So I find it really helpful to have Goodnotes on my iPad because then I can write the solution on Goodnotes, and if I make mistakes, I can just erase them, I can just undo it. And also I like to highlight important parts of the solution or emphasize important parts of the solution by using a different color of pen. So once I'm satisfied with what I did, I export them as PDFs and save them in a dedicated folder for my students. Also, when there's an exam upcoming or major exams upcoming, they all have this solution for every assessment or activities that I gave them, so it would be easy for them to review. Next, recording the audio while writing. It's another fantastic feature of Goodnotes because I think it's very important for me, and I have used this a lot during meetings, during seminars, during workshops as an educator. Because it's so hard to keep up with the speaker's lectures. So what I did is I record all the discussions, record the audio, and what I love about this is the audio and the notes while I'm taking down notes are really synchronized. So it's so easy to revisit specific moments in the recording by tapping on the notes, and it makes this reviewing content much more efficient. And the last thing that I use this for is brain dumping. As an educator, I constantly, or I wouldn't say I generate ideas all the time, but I used to really have random thoughts and ideas about certain projects, certain thoughts about my lesson. So I always brain dump all those things on Goodnotes, and then I have a separate notebook within the app. So it is very important to have, I think it's very useful to have this as opposed to having a lot of physical notebooks that you carry with you. If I couldn't find the idea or the thought that I'm writing because it's too messy, I can just use the search feature in Goodnotes, which is a very, very useful feature. It's a game changer because I could quickly find my notes by keywords. It could read my handwriting, and then it would make it easy for me to revisit the ideas when I do them. You can save it to cloud, or you can export every now and then so that you would not lose the data. So there you have it. That is how I use my iPad and Goodnotes as a college educator to enhance my teaching workflow. So from annotating students' revisions up to brain dumping, be it personal or work related, all of that is covered by Goodnotes on my iPad. And so it also just makes my teaching more engaging, and I find it more enjoyable to do. So if you're an educator considering this tech, I highly, highly, highly recommend it. It doesn't only enhances productivity, but also it makes teaching more enjoyable. So if you find this video valuable, don't forget to like and subscribe. And thank you for watching. See you on my next video.